Good morning, everybody. Welcome back from Someone Scott Selections here for Thursday, February 17th. Before we get into today's play of the day, quick recap of what the ended up having a loss in the NBA with the Jazz -5.5 at -110 on DraftKings. Utah was in very good shape. Of course, Anthony Davis got injured in the first half, did not play at all in the second half. And the Jazz were up 12 with about 6 minutes to go against LeBron and a bunch of role players. And yet Utah not only blew the entire 12-point lead, they lost the game outright. So that's kind of just how we've been running lately. Utah completely shut it down on both sides of the floor. LeBron took over, and Utah blew the cover and the game. So Utah's a team that I can't figure out. I have figured them out. They're just a bunch of frauds, but I'm not going to bet on them ever again this season. They're dead to me. And as for the actual run we've been on lately, it's not been good, I'll be honest. But as you know, win or lose, I'll be back for the video, and we'll try to snap out of this losing streak. But on the bright side, I was in charge of the farm play. We took a player prop with Halliburton over 8.5 assists, and he flew over. I believe he had 14 in that game, so it could have been worse, but for whatever reason, the play of the days have not been too good lately, and we'll look to snap out of it. So for the play of the day, we're going to go to college basketball, looking at a matchup between Colorado State and New Mexico, taking place at around 9 p.m. Eastern time. And for this one, we're going to take the underdog. We're going to take New Mexico plus 7.5 at -110 on Caesars. Time recording of 9:15 a.m. Eastern time. Couple reasons why I like New Mexico in this spot. First of all, even though the Lobos have been pretty underwhelming this season as a whole, they've been really good at home. New Mexico is 9-2-2 ATS at the pit this season, and you're looking at New Mexico recently. The team has actually covered the spread pretty frequently. New Mexico has covered the spread in 6 of its last 9 games against D1 competition. So I do think New Mexico is a bit undervalued in the current markets. Plus, the Lobos have won each of their last 3 games by at least 9 points, including probably the most impressive win of the season. The Lobos ended up beating Wyoming, who in my opinion is the best team in the entire Mountain West, by 9 points in the last game. And if you want to look at the previous meeting so far this season between New Mexico and Colorado State, New Mexico actually hung in there. They played in Colorado State, and the Rams only won by 6, despite attempting 22 more free throws and despite shooting better from the floor. Colorado State shot 51.9% from the floor, while New Mexico shot 50%, and yet New Mexico hung in there. They attempted 4 free throws in the entire game. Colorado State attempted 26. Even though I do acknowledge the fact that Colorado State does foul a lot less than New Mexico, those numbers are pretty jarring, and I do think you will see it balance out a little bit, especially with some potential home cooking in this spot. But at the end of the day, New Mexico seems to be a team that's undervalued. Colorado State is a team that, of course, is solid, but I do question their ability to cover 8 against one of the best home courts in this conference. And even if New Mexico doesn't win the game, I'm not picking them to. I do think they're live to potentially win the game. But I do think that based on everything that happened in the first meeting, with how awful New Mexico was going into that game, how well Colorado State played just in terms of rebounding and free throw shooting, and yet New Mexico still lost by 6. I do think these teams are closer than the line indicates, and I do think that the Lobos will be in there till the very end as they cover this number. The play today, once again, here for Thursday, February 17th, is going to be on New Mexico, plus 7.5 at -110 on Caesars. Bye, everyone.